Hi, Tiff.
Hi, Tiffany.
Or do you mind me calling you Tiff? Some people hate that.
I don't mind at all. It's totally fine.
Oh, great. Tiff, Tiff,
How are
Tiff,
you
Tiff.
guys today?
Good, thank
Good.
you. How are you?
I loved your guys' movie, Remember Sunday. It was so beautiful.
Oh, I'm so glad.
Thank you very much.
So what did you guys love most about portraying Gus and Molly?
Well, I loved Molly's sunny outlook on life. I think she has a great positive disposition, and she sort of applies that to everything she does, and I found it inspiring.
Yeah.
And you?
And me. I quite liked, I like characters that have heart. I gravitate toward characters with heart and that really do strive to do the right thing in life, and despite whatever they're struggling through, and and trying to find love and do the honorable thing. And Gus is, he was a very complicated character. He was incredibly intelligent, but very handicapped in life. He's got the short-term memory loss that basically is preventing him not only from continuing to pursue the vocation that he was already very good at and well on his way toward making history in, but now he's, kind of relegated to working at a jewelry shop and, just making ends meet. And the bigger things in life, like finding love, are these, almost impossible tasks until he bumps into, or rather, until Molly bumps into him and really is kind of like, just putting her heart out there and saying, hey, I dig you, I like you, what's your deal? Why are you so weird? And then, that unraveling and figuring that out, and then, once the truth is out, then them trying to navigate those very interesting waters of how do you fall in love when you have to do it every single day.
If you could give either one of them any advice, because they both had to struggle through their journeys, what would you give them, tell them to do?
I would just tell Gus to come straight out with it.
I think, well, Molly gets a lot of advice from her roommate, who's always just telling her to say no, to guys.
Man or pig.
To be less of a, Molly kind of likes to take everyone in and take care of them, and she ends up in a lot of bad relationships that way. So I think I would tell her to follow some of her roommate's advice and have more of a process.
Even with Gus?
Not with Gus, but
Oh.
be pre-Gus, like a screening process. No, God,
Pre-Gus.
no.
Everything's pre-Gus.
And on a personal note, what was it like working with each other? You be such natural comedians, great chemistry.
Well, could you say that again?
What did you enjoy most in working together?
Oh, well, I felt like it was kind of destiny. And I told Alexis this when we first started working together, but I had auditioned prior to this for a few of her romantic co-stars in both Gilmore Girls and in Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants, and came really close to that Greek guy. That almost happened.
So close.
And then we had met. We have a mutual friend who got married. We were at this wedding together. Beautiful thing, and we had a great time. It was a really cool time up there. And so when this kind of came around, I was like, I really would love the opportunity to work with Alexis. I thought she did great work on Gilmore Girls, and felt like those kind of stars were circling around or whatever. And I feel like when you meet somebody that's genuine and down to earth, and you're going to go spend a month or a month and a half or whatever, that's important. And so I just appreciate her heart and that she brings her talent, and we were able to just kind of go and work these 6-day weeks in New Orleans and have the most fun we could have.
Yeah, it is so nice to learn that you might have the opportunity to work with a friend that the person you're working with is going to be fun, and they're a great person, and Zach has such great comedic timing as well, which is really fun to do a film like this, which is not really a comedy, but it's a very heartfelt love story. So some of the scenes could feel so heavy, but there was always something we could kind of inject into it that would be fresh and fun, and that was just great. I was so happy you did it.
Oh, thanks.
And has this film kind of inspired you to try to capture more of your own life, to like record it or memorialize it in any way?
What's that?
That's a good question. Has it inspired us to want to like record bits of our own life, to memorialize it, to remember it later? You know, like Gus kind of does with his this thing. Not really. Not for me.
That wasn't the part that stayed with me, but that would have been a great takeaway.
Yeah. I feel like, in some ways, I feel like life is memorialized enough already.
So much right now.
Yeah, like we all have camera phones and things that, you know, your life is documented through every email and tweets, of which I do a lot, and Facebook. You know, it's like you can't escape it. Back in the day, you know, people would write letters, and you'd get one occasionally from a relative that lived on the other side of the country. And you lived your life, and you did what you did, and you talked to the people that you saw every day. And now there's so many things that you are responsible for, and so many communications and people and relationships that, sorry, now I'm just venting on a personal level. So no, it did not inspire me. It did not inspire me to record anything.
Me neither, but it seems to be something we naturally do, which is great, whether it's letters or now online.
Well, again, I loved your film, and I'm hoping it gets a warm response, which I'm sure it will. So thank you again for your time today.
Thank you so much. Have a great day, Tiffany.
Bye.